Whether you're sharing photos with friends or putting them up on a gallery wall, the advances in inkjet printing technology are unmistakable. I'm here with Ben Wolf to talk about HP's involvement in the photo fine art market. It's been about a year now since the Z-Series printers were introduced, and what's the feedback been like from customers? What kind of responses are you getting to the machines?
Well, the feedback's actually been really good. We're pleased. We have a lot of room to grow, but we're pretty happy with it.
Now, for a company like HP, when you bring out a completely new line of products like this, talk a bit about what that process is like. How long does it take to get something from beginning to market like this?
It takes a fair amount of time, to be sure. We invested hundreds of millions of dollars in the ink technology and the cartridges and the heads alone. The investment in the photo market has been a long time coming. I hate to say how many thousands of man hours went into it, but all of our design teams and everything spent a lot of time focusing on this market and looking for the things that photographers really wanted.
Well, one of the things that I found most interesting about the printer is that it comes with a built-in spectrophotometer,
right.
So you're really giving people the ability to print on lots of different papers and control the quality right in their studio. And I'm wondering, was that a decision that happened early on in the process?
One of the biggest problems that people have in photography, I think, is managing color, right? Historically, it's been a huge issue, whether you're a lab or whether you're an individual, and building that capability right into the printer, and more importantly, making it easy for the user was a key driver for the development. We're very serious about the graphic arts. HP's a big printing company, and we want to make it across the board, everything from the office page that you see. We've been known for that a long time, and we want to be in this market and in a big way as well.
Longevity has been an issue that's important for photographers, and how did HP address that with these printers?
One thing that we did was we went to an all-pigmented ink platform, and one of the nice things about it was the technology had progressed and the development that we put into it had progressed enough that we could start using pigmented inks and still get the sort of vibrant colors that people had traditionally associated with other inks, like dye inks, for example. So that was a big part of it, and obviously longevity is always a concern, particularly when you're talking about fine art. Somebody doesn't want a print that they're doing that they're selling a one-off or maybe one of a limited run to be fading out in a couple of few years, which used to be the case a while back with them. So yeah, longevity was one. A lot of it was looking at what are the problems that photographers have on a daily basis, whether they be very, very simple, small things like not having to change out your black inks if you want to switch between matte and photo papers, to, like I said, building in the spectrophotometer to just make it easy and seamless when you're trying to do the color management.
In addition to CMYK inks, you've got RGB, red, green, and blue colorants. What led to that decision, and what benefits does that give?
The primary benefit is being able to expand the gamut. It allows you to just get a much more vibrant, a much more a huge color gamut out of the product.
The digital revolution has made taking pictures easier and more fun than ever before. But what do you do when it's time to print them? Well, you can drop your files off at the local mini lab, and there are online sites where you can upload your images and receive a custom printed and bound photo book delivered right to your door. But if you shoot a lot of images, need to make large prints, or simply want more control over your final image, then buying a photo inkjet printer can make a lot of sense. With today's models, you get photo lab quality right in your own home, and you can take the time to make the prints exactly the way you want them. You've got a lot of decisions to make when you're shopping for a printer, and the first thing you want to consider is the size. A printer's size tells you the maximum width of the paper that you can print on. You can get a letter-sized printer that fits on a corner of your desk, or you can invest in a 44-inch wide model that's about as large as a piano. No matter how much you pay for the printer, over the years you're going to spend many times that amount in ink alone. One way to keep these costs down is to look for a printer that comes with individual ink cartridges, one for each color. This way, as you run out of ink, you simply replace one cartridge at a time and avoid throwing out unused ink. Now keep in mind, even if you're only going to make small prints, a larger printer has lower operating costs because it comes with higher capacity ink cartridges. On a small letter-sized printer with its very small ink cartridges, you might end up paying as much as $2 for each milliliter of ink you use. But on a large format model like this one, with its larger cartridges, you might be able to get that price down to less than 50 cents per milliliter. Now, one of the great things about printing at home is the wide choice of papers you have available to print on. Each printer manufacturer has their own line of photo papers, but the choices don't end there. There's an incredibly wide range of high-quality, third-party manufactured papers that come in matte, gloss, and even canvas surfaces. With just a little experimenting, you'll easily find the paper that's just right for your images, and you'll be on your way to creating personal and unique prints.